Hey everyone, it's Steve here. I wanted to share with you a lesson that I learned this week that I've actually been teaching my kids in their youth sports the last few years as I've been coaching them. And it's kind of funny that it took an event in my life to basically teach me the same lesson that I've been trying to teach them and their teammates and their peers for several years now. You see, this week I had an opportunity that I was basically trying to achieve. I was trying to get a position, and there was something that I wanted, and I had the chance to get it, but it wasn't a guarantee. And I had kind of weighed the pros and cons of this new opportunity for me, and it was going to shape the next few years of my life for sure. For both me personally, my wife and my kids, my whole family, and the community at large, to be honest with you. And so I weighed the pros and cons, and I came up with the fact that I did want to pursue this possible opportunity. So much so that in the last few days, I became convinced that I was going to get it, and I did deserve it, and I had earned it through some preparation and some research and some dreaming and thinking and putting things down on paper. And then when the time came for the decision to be made on whether or not I was going to get this opportunity, the bottom line is I failed. I didn't get it. And right away, I was pretty upset. I was obviously hurt by not getting the opportunity. Someone or some people decided that I was not the right fit for this thing. And that really hurts. When some other people tell you that you're not the one, that you're not good enough, that they want someone else. It's a big rejection. And I had gotten to the place where I thought I had earned it through some relationships and through, again, some preparation on my part, and demonstration that I was prepared, because I did come in very much prepared. And so when I didn't get it, I was obviously angry, I was hurt. And then all of a sudden, it made me start thinking about all the other things in my life and whether or not I was failing at business or my marriage or my kids or family relationships or other things that I have been pursuing over the years that are not quite meeting my expectations or my goals that I set out for myself, because I do have some lofty goals. And those things kind of all crept in for about a 24 to 36 hour period after this failure happened. And I call it a failure because in sports, what I've been teaching my kids on the field, on the court for the last few years as a coach is that failure is temporary. Okay, you can lose a game, but as long as you learn something from that loss, from that failure to win, then in the end, you are a winner yourself, because if you can learn, if you can get better, if you can not make the same mistakes over and over again, the next time you go out there, you will have better results. And you will eventually, if you put in the time and the work and the effort, you will achieve what your goal is and you will win. Now, sometimes in sports, of course, that means if you're at bat, like I'm here at the baseball field that I've sat many, many games in this dugout, or on the sidelines cheering on my kids or other kids in the community. Sometimes that means winning that at bat, right? You get a hit, you get walked, you get on base one way or another. Sometimes it's the pitcher, you strike the guy out, or they ground out, they fly out. Sometimes it's you win the game. Sometimes it might be you win your pool in your tournament. Sometimes it might be that you win the tournament itself. Sometimes it might mean that you win a conference or a district or a state championship. And that is just something that we instill in our kids to keep going and keep progressing so that they can get better and achieve those higher results, even if they fail, right? Even if they strike out that one at bat, but the team wins, that still is something that they can build off of. And so for me, in this failure, I felt really hurt, and I started spiraling. I started eating, junk food. I started binging that junk food. I was stressed out and upset and sad, so I wasn't sleeping for the last couple of nights. And I was starting to doubt a lot of other things in my life, whether that be from family or where I live or what I do for a living, and lots of other things. What do I want my life to be like now that I failed at this thing? And at the end of the day, what actually gets you over failure is action. So I made the decision for myself that I wasn't going to stay in that place for more than a day. And so being 2 days out from this decision, actually less than 48 hours out from this thing that happened that I failed at, I made the choice to get back into action. So that's why I'm here sitting in front of you today and bringing you this message. So maybe it's something in your life. Maybe you didn't get that job opportunity or promotion. Maybe you were trying to be a coach or some sort of board position for your kids' sports. Maybe you were trying to achieve a degree at school and college. Maybe you were trying to get that person to date you that you really liked, or you proposed to them and they rejected you. Whatever your failure is, you can stay for a day or two and wallow in your own self-pity, but the key to getting out of it is take some action. Okay, so for me today, this was not my first action right in front of you. My first action was just replying to a couple of business emails and finally saying, okay, I'm ready to do this. Another really easy course of action that I took was that we had a cell phone account that we needed to clean up and get some fees taken care of. And it was something that it was a recurring payment for a few months. And my wife and I had kept going back and forth. Oh, are you handling that or am I? Okay, I'll check on it this week or I'll go tomorrow. It had gotten lost through the cracks. And finally today I said, hey, did you take care of that? She said, no, you said you were going to do that a month ago. And I said, I think I probably did. So instead of putting it off, I first said, all right, I'll do it tomorrow. And then I said, the store is 2 minutes away from my house. So I got in the car, I drove down there, talked to a representative. I said, I need X, Y, and Z taken care of. Click, click, click. Boom, all done. Anything else, Mr. Howe? Nope, that's it. All right, thank you so much for stopping in. I said, really? It took less than 5 or 10 minutes for me to take care of this thing that I was avoiding for months now and thought, oh, I need to put that off a little bit longer. Well, that was the perfect thing to get me out of my own self-pity and my own little mini depression, was to go take some action, cross something off your list. So I don't want you to look at your master list. If you're dealing with some failure right now and you're trying to figure out how do I get out of this, don't go and look at your big life plan. Pick one or two small things. Maybe it's just what are you going to make for dinner tonight or tomorrow? Okay, one or two little things. You don't have to go grocery shopping for an entire week and meal plan the next month or figure out the best fitness plan for yourself in order to get 20 pounds lighter. You just need one little thing. So maybe that's taking a walk. Okay, I'm going to go take a 20-minute walk. Maybe after 20 minutes you say, I can do 10 minutes more. Maybe after that you say, I can do 10 minutes more. Okay, before you know it, you've just walked 40 minutes. Where you said an hour ago, oh, I don't feel like doing that. I'm depressed, I'm sad, I'm hurt. It's little stuff like that. You get one little domino, it knocks over the next one. It knocks over the next one and the next one and so on. And finally now, this is about the fourth or fifth thing that I've done today after making that decision that I wasn't going to stay in this bad mental state of mind any longer, because it wasn't going to help me achieve any of the actual goals that I wanted to, or even to reassess some of those goals. I'll have to do that when I'm in a better state of mind, to be honest with you. But for right now, I'm recording a video to you. I'm going to make some very minimal cuts here and edits. I'm going to upload this right away so that there's no excuses for me about not getting something else done. And before you know it, these will pile up like those dominoes, and it will achieve something for me weeks, months, years down the road, that I will look back at this inflection point and say, I'm glad I didn't get that opportunity, because it would not have allowed me to achieve A, B, C, D that I was able to, because I wasn't bogged down by that time responsibility of the thing that I failed at. So that's my message to you today. It's one that I took from coaching my kids in sports, is that don't allow your failure to be the end of the story, and don't focus on what you lost. Think about what you can learn and what you can gain coming out of that failure. I hope this helped you. If it did, go ahead and leave a like for me. Comment down below, what is a recent failure that you have had to bring yourself out of, or maybe you're still trying to figure out a way to bring yourself out of it. Let me know below. I will try to help you as much as I can. As always, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Peace.